December 2025 was by far my best month on Amazon merch, and I was sharing multiple screenshots of my daily sales in my communities and also on Instagram. But let's zoom in to one day specifically. So here I've got Pretty Merch open in the analytics tab for the 29th of December 2025. And if we scroll down, I've got all marketplaces selected. I got 79 sales this day. And if we add up these figures from the different markets, it was roughly $100 in royalties. But if we look at my ad spend from the same day, 29th of December 2025, and again, we have all markets selected right here, this looks terrible. So there's almost $90 in ad spend here. It's a 16% ACOS, which is pretty good, but subtract that from the $100 in royalties. That means on this day, in December 2025, I made 79 sales, but I only got about $10, $15 from it, profit. And guess what? I didn't share this screenshot anywhere. And this is very common amongst YouTubers. We're very happy to share our sales when they're going well, but if we've got a few bad days, we don't really want to share those sales. And it's all about credibility. We don't want to lose credibility, because if you look at those numbers and you think, I've been doing POD for 7 years and I'm teaching it, but I only made $10 that day, that doesn't really sound very credible, does it? And even sharing it in this video right now does feel a little bit like it's going to make me lose credibility. And maybe it does to some of you. But the reason I'm sharing this is because, number one, if you see YouTubers sharing their numbers, know that it's probably an above average day for them, or maybe it's, one of the best days that they're sharing. Secondly, be aware that this is normal for anyone. If you're going to do print on demand, and even if you take it seriously, if you put a lot of effort into it, you're still going to have bad days. And it's all relative, right? So in your case, maybe 80 sales with $10 profit would be considered a good day because your usual sales are lower. But what I mean is, no matter how seriously you take this, you're going to have days, sometimes weeks, maybe even months, where your sales feel slow. Compared to what happened before, they will go down, they will dip, there'll be a lot of returns that cause your royalties to go into the minus. I've had that happen as well. It's normal. It's normal within print on demand, and just because it's happening to you and on YouTube or on Instagram or wherever, you're only seeing big numbers being shared, that doesn't mean it's not happening to other people too, YouTubers included. It's very similar to a fitness YouTuber who probably is going to pick the spot in the gym with the best lighting before they take a selfie or before they record a video. They're not going to stand in the dark corner where their physique looks like they just started going to the gym last week. It's all about them not wanting to lose credibility. The second thing I wanted to talk about is something that may sound obvious at first, but I think it's still a very important topic to talk about. YouTubers want to make money. Big surprise. But they don't just want to make money with their print on demand business, they also want to make money with their YouTube channel, obviously. It's kind of an extension of our print on demand business in many ways, because we're teaching print on demand on our YouTube channel. Now, in order to make more money, get more clicks, more attention to our channel, we're going to optimize our content, that is our titles, our thumbnails, the actual video itself, the content inside, to get more attention. It's much like you trying to optimize the listing SEO, find the best keywords, create better mockups, better designs in order to be found by more people on the marketplace, get more people to click on your listings and purchase. It's the same thought process. Now, what you need to be aware of is that the techniques that YouTubers use may sometimes lead you to panic or to perceive something in a wrong way. So what I mean right here is, we're going to use unrealistically high numbers to get more clicks. We're going to use fear or drama to get people to click on a video. We're going to, in some cases, demonize a different business model or maybe a certain marketplace within the print on demand space to maximize the attention that the model that we are teaching gets. So someone might say, hey, Amazon merch is terrible, you shouldn't be starting it, it's oversaturated, it's dead at this point. Or someone might say Shopify is not a good idea because you're going to waste thousands of dollars on ads. And sometimes there's a bit of truth in these statements, but you have to remember that a lot of the time It's just someone trying to get more attention to what they are teaching. That is optimizing your YouTube channel, just like you're optimizing your t-shirt listings to get more clicks, to get more sales, to make more money. That's what it is. And I don't blame anyone for this, by the way. I've used these techniques myself as well, but you need to be aware of it. And sometimes you'll see a very dramatic video that makes it seem like it's the end of Etsy and they're changing all the rules and now everything's going to go downhill and they're going to ban all the shops. There is a lot of videos like this because there is a negative bias in people. We're going to click more likely on videos that are extremely negative. This is something that the news uses as well. So be aware of that. Don't watch a YouTube video and then always take everything to heart and completely shift your focus based on a very dramatically framed or recorded video. Don't always believe the massive numbers that you see, or don't assume that they are the average. Just like I explained in my last example, they might just be an above average or one of the top days. And generally, don't forget that we as YouTubers are trying to optimize our channels because they are an extension of our business. And this kind of brings me to my last point that I'm going to make. And this is something that you definitely won't hear from a lot of YouTubers, and that is stop watching YouTube. I think there's a lot of people out there who have been watching print-on-demand content for many, many months or multiple years, and for you, it's probably going to be better to either stop watching for a while or just massively reduce the amount of content you take in and just focus on doing the thing. Take action, upload more stuff. Don't constantly keep up to date with the newest best tool or technique or what's happening to Etsy, Amazon, Shopify. You don't always need to be in the loop. And if you ask a lot of print-on-demand YouTubers, I'm pretty sure that most of them will tell you that they barely watch print-on-demand YouTube videos. And this is the case for me too. I still upload to Amazon Merch regularly, but I, for the most part, just test things myself. I don't constantly take in new information because I've been doing POD for 7 years and I feel like I can figure things out on my own a lot of the time. Doesn't mean I don't watch any YouTube videos related to POD either, but I think there can be a lot of people out there who would benefit from watching less. Maybe you've got FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, and you want to always see what's the best and newest tool and newest feature that may help you out, improve like 1% of your process. But sometimes just taking action and doing the thing and learning from your own mistakes and learning from your own successes and focusing more on those is going to help you out a lot more than watching another 3 hours of YouTube every single day.